Okay, I'm going to do something that I probably wouldn't recommend most people to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. And that's just to do like a little behind the scenes of who I am, off the cuff, unedited. And let's just see what happens, okay? I'm just walking through my living room right now, my kitchen. My dog Henry's here. Now, if you hear loud noises, they're doing construction outside. They're working on the house next door. They're doing work on the road. Here we go, though. All right, let me sit down. Hopefully my dog Henry will be good. That's Henry over there, guys, if you haven't met him. So, I just want to talk about who I am and my vision for what I want this channel to be. Little backstory. There are some new viewers on this channel, and if that is you, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I know that the content on this channel is going to bring you closer to your goals and make you a more well-rounded, not only musician, but human being, because there's a depth to the music that I want you to create and not just pump out like good music. I want you to pump out great music, and to have great music, there's some psychology behind it, I think. You need to become a better and more well-rounded person. So without getting into the weeds on that, here's who I am. I am a Christian. My focus as a Christian artist myself is to bring people closer to Jesus. Now, my focus on this channel is to make you a better producer, songwriter, singer, whatever it is. And I'm never going to shove down your throat the gospel of Jesus Christ. But I want you to know that you're definitely going to hear about Jesus on this channel. And that's just, I can't tell you how I create without telling you where I get the source of my creativity. And it all comes from Jesus Christ. Yes, that was Henry scratching himself over there. Henry. But here's the thing. If you're not a Christian, we can still get along, okay? Like we can be buddies. I can give you advice. You can take that advice. We can work together. I can produce a song for you if you want. My focus is on the Christian genre, whatever genre that, like rock, contemporary, country even. But if you wanted to work on a song with me and you're not in that genre, I will work with you. As long as we had like the details worked out and you're good at your craft. Now, what brought me to that point? I'm glad you asked that. These sit-down videos are kind of strange for me. I have been doing YouTube for a long time. I have on my main artist channel, I release a lot of videos there, and I'm like highly edited and fast-paced, but this is kind of cool, very conversational, and I like it. So, I started music when I was a child. I wrote my first song when I was 6. It was called Jesus is the Good Shepherd, and it was not good at all. It did not sound good, but it gave me the itch to keep writing. I wrote a song when I was 13. Now, I wrote a lot of songs in between that. I wrote a song when I was 13 that actually eventually ended up on my band, Reconcile. I started a band when I was like 18. It ended up on our first album, which is pretty cool when you think like a 13-year-old writing a song that ended up on your band's album that went worldwide distribution. So I started the band Reconcile. We dropped 3 albums. We toured. We hit some radio charts. We did well in Canada. We didn't really push much further. Actually, we hit a radio chart in the United States for best, or it was like the top radio ads for Christian rock of, it must have been like August 2012, something like that. We played some festivals. We did a lot of cool things, but it wasn't to the point where it was sustainable. And I was just starting to learn the business side of the industry, which is a whole different ballgame. And if you've never been involved in the music industry, there's like the artistry, like the creative side, but there's also the business side that can be kind of cutthroat, right? It's not, just because it's the Christian music industry doesn't mean it's Christian. And we found that out the hard way. We got screwed over and lost a lot of money from a manager who promised us the world, didn't come through. I'm not going to get into much more of that, but that's, the basics of what happened. Kind of put a damper on our spirit. We kept going for a few more years. My sister then moved away. She was in the band. And all at the same time, all at the same time, I'm raising a young family. Like, my wife and I got married young. I was 19, she was 18. We had kids in our early 20s. And so I'm raising a young family, trying to build this thing and also work full time. And it was just ridiculously hard, which added stress at home, brought up a lot of things, unresolved things in the past that were not dealt with. And if you want to hear about those things, I talk a lot on my main channel about those things. But and if you notice, I'm trying to not have too much crossover between my main channel and this production channel unless you're an artist. I don't want to mess up the algorithm. The YouTube algorithm, once you have it like honed in, will work for you, and if you're fighting against it the whole time, it'll drop you. Aside. All right, that's just an aside. Moving on. So I quit the band. Like, I put the band on hiatus. I was like the owner of the band, so I put the band on hiatus in 2018, and we haven't done anything since then. I'm not saying we never will again, but we might not. I don't know. A lot of people might have been surprised when we did this, because it was like all I ever talked about, all I ever dreamt about was making this band work. It was called Reconcile. But once I dropped it, I had like a weight lifted off my shoulders, and I felt like, hey, I can do anything I want. And I started diving into music production. That was when I started. It was late 2017, actually, when I started that. And I was always interested in production before that. I just didn't have the time for it. And as a family man, artist, musician, producer, even now, I still don't have the time for a lot of things, but you can find the time for things that are important to you. You just got to make the time. I started producing, and I was really bad at it from the get-go. And I was trying to figure out Reaper, the DAW. It was too much for me at the time, honestly. Reaper's great, but it's highly customizable, and it gets confusing after a while, unless you already know the ropes. I could dive into Reaper now, no problem, because I know the ropes. But then it was a hard one to start with. So I started wanting to do a solo project. I was like, hey, I'm going to become a Christian music artist. I love Matthew West, Jeremy Camp, guys like that. And I wanted to be in the vein of those guys. So I started producing music in that genre. And it didn't take off. 2019, I released a couple singles. I worked hard on them. Did a music video for one of them. Music video was pretty cool, actually. That takes us into 2020. And you know what happened in 2020. Now, I started working on my YouTube channel in 2020, which gave me some more... Actually, I shouldn't say that. I started working on my YouTube channel in like 2018, my main channel. I started releasing covers, which made me want to dive into my DAW more and learn more about production. And then COVID hit, which kind of forced me to do a lot of different things on my channel. If you go through my main channel, you'll see that I was doing talks. I was doing original songs, cover songs, just a hodgepodge of things. But I wasn't getting better at production, and my songs weren't getting that much better. And then I noticed something over time, is I really started to get better, because I was putting like literal hours into what I was doing. I was sitting down and trying to knock out a full cover song. I play all the instruments. I'm a multi-instrumentalist, and like in an evening, I was trying to do all these things. But I noticed I was getting better and better and better, which was exciting. And then I started releasing better songs. original songs. And then radio started picking me up more. And I was seeing this this complete circle. Like it was almost like everything was kind of falling into place. And then 2023, I released a song called You Are Peace that I had produced, and it hit radio charts and across Canada on Christian radio, which was fantastic. Kind of put me on the map within the Christian music industry for the radio side of things in Canada. And I mean, this is a lot of talking, and there's a lot of stories in between. If you guys have questions about this, just put them in the comments below. I am happy to answer. And I just want to give you guys hope that like you can start and you just hear crickets, but if you keep going, it's about not giving up. And my whole story is about not giving up. Now it's 2026. I've released a lot of singles since then. They've all done well on like Christian radio, on Spotify, and I've gotten better and better and better. And I'm not going to say I'm like the world's best producer or even artist, but I'm hitting that level now. And it only came with a lot of reps, ton of reps. My song Beauty of the Lord I dropped in February, and it was a really cool project. I get to work on it with some of my friends that are in my band, like when I play live. And my son played guitar on it. He's in my band now live. And my daughter, who's only 13, sang on it, which is awesome. And that song hit the radio charts. It hit the CRTC for like the international charts in Canada. And it also hit the top 10 for Canadian Christian artists on Canadian radio. Which, again, like just keeps pushing me further and further. I'm not sure what God has in store for me on this whole project. I'm just here for it. I'm excited. I'm going to keep working at it. Now, I say all this to tell you, if you want to see success in the Christian music industry and the music industry in general, even on YouTube, I'm not a YouTube guru at all, but I've been doing YouTube a long time, and I can tell you guys, if you want to see success in a creative field, it's about putting the reps in. It's not about posting the first time and expecting it to blow up. That happens like, 0.00001% of the time. That never happens. And you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning while hitting the lottery on the same day. Like, you need to do the work. You really need to do the work. If you want to see success in anything, do the work. Don't be afraid of hard work. I'm sitting here watching these guys doing the roof across the street here. These guys started tearing the roof off at 8 o'clock this morning. And I was working in my studio all day. Thankfully, I didn't have to track vocals because all I heard was like country music blaring and hammers being slung. But they're doing the work, and that roof is almost finished now, and it's only 1:42 in the afternoon. That's amazing. That's just, I mean, this is a small example, but that's progress right there. That's amazing. I'm just watching them right now. I'm also a construction guy. I enjoy construction stuff. I just want to say this. If you have songs that you know are good, and you're a good singer, and you're great live, you want to become a good artist. Maybe you've released songs in the past that didn't hit well, or maybe you're at a level that you're hitting already, but you want to hit that next level. I encourage you, find a producer that will work with you and understand your sound. There's nothing worse than hearing potential in a song, and I hear this all the time, hearing potential in the song, but you're off the mark. And I hate going down this rabbit trail, but that's what's going on with AI music nowadays. People might be writing their own lyrics, but they're missing the mark by having a computer sing it. And yeah, sure, you might get 10 views or even 1,000 or 1,000,000 streams on it. That song's not going to resonate in 100 years from now, in 50 years from now, in 2 years from now. It's not going to resonate. You want to write a timeless song? Speak about personal experience and sing it with your own voice. Or if you're a writer, get someone to sing it. And you might say, but that's hard. I can't find anybody. Guys, there is a lot of people in the creative space. Do not use excuses. You will not succeed. Now, Like I said, I'm a producer. I'm not pushing you to obviously work with me. If you are interested in working with me, send me a DM. We can talk, and let's see if we can work together. I would love to work with some of you. I'm not going to work with everybody. Obviously, it's not feasible. But if you are a serious artist and you want to take your sound to the next level, I would love to walk along that journey with you, walk that road with you, and honestly mentor you and push you to do better too. But if that's not you, find a producer that you know will get your sound. Even if it's going to cost money and you get to take some extra shifts, do it. It's worth it in the end. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm at right now. If you have any comments on this, leave them in the comments below. Let me know if you like this sit down from the heart, from the hip kind of shooting video. I don't do these kind of styles very often, but I've been told I can ramble and talk for hours, so I'm very careful about that. But I'm going to put my glasses on to make me look more official while I tell you to subscribe and let me know what you think. Let's work together. Henry, what do you think? Okay, he ran off. God bless.